So an analog to that, I lived in Memphis when the Grizzlies were like new and really, really bad. And I got this tattoo from a tattoo shop right by the pyramid. So we would like park at at this tattoo shop, and they would always scalp tickets, and they were like less than face value because they were just trying to unload them. So for like $5, we'd go and buy like the worst seats in the house. Well, on Thursdays they would do this buck night thing where like hot dog, popcorn, beer, soda was $1, and you know they'd give you like half a cup of watered down Yingling for $1 or whatever. We would buy the like $3 tickets on the street, go in there, walk down to courtside, and sit down. And people would be like, "Sir, can we see your ticket?" No, it's Buck Night. They'd be like, "Oh, okay." And like sometimes people would come up to us and be like, "I think you're in our seat." And no, dude, we might be, but it's Buck Night, remember? And they were like, "Oh," and we just walk away.
That's such a powerful move.
We were like, courtside freaking seats watching like Shaq and Kobe kill the Grizzlies for like, we had like $3 invested in this thing. And I mean, even like employees of the arena, we'd be like, "No, it's Buck Night." "Oh yeah."
Okay.
Walk off.
People
I need to start incorporating that into like every aspect
People
of
just want an excuse to be done with a
right.
uncomfortable situation.
Yeah. This is killer content, by the way. We should be recording.
Yeah. I think maybe technically we are.
We are recording that. We could include that. Maybe.
I don't think that was I don't think that was offensive.
We don't want to include this next part.
Okay. It's Gigi No Re, and specifically, it is Dear Gary. What is Dear Gary? You may ask. Well, dear listener, Dear Gary is a type of show on Gigi No Re, the podcast of role-playing games, in which we take on ourselves the mantle of the advice columnist. We scour the internet for amusing questions that people may have about role-playing games. And sometimes our dear listeners send in these questions to us so that we don't have to work, so that we can just recline in our thrones around the gaming table and deal with these situations as they are presented to us as offerings. And that is the situation in which we find ourselves tonight. We are going to be answering questions mainly from Reddit. Why aren't we playing a game, you might ask? Well, because we don't have enough players to continue. So we keep on getting these Dear Gary questions, stockpiling them like a squirrel. We've got them all hoarded for the winter of content, the content winter. And that's now right. That's right now. It's the content winter. So we are going to answer them as best we can. I'm Daniel. On mic 3, we've got
Tim.
On mic 4, we've got
This is Stefano.
And on mic 6,
John.
All right. Now then, let us get to the first question. Oh, by the way, if you would care to do so, you may become a patron, and then you can DM me questions on our Discord, patreon.com/GGNoRe. What a nice benefit. First question. Can a vampire die of old age? Seems wait. There's context.
Well,
I'm reading.
backstory?
I am playing a vampire in my friend's very homebrewed world/setting that takes a lot of material from OSR/old school games. My backstory... Okay, here we go. My backstory is that my character was vampirized in utero and aged naturally to 20 years by the time the game started. Right now, we are kind of being coerced into a quest. Okay, are you
actually being coerced?
Actually,
this is important. Details.
Kind of being coerced into a quest by a being that can age us rapidly if we don't comply. So far, I've been pretty nervous about it. But can a vampire die of old age? One that has been shown to naturally age to 20 years old. Let me know what you think.
So, few things I noticed here. First of all, magically age you. Wizard literally did it.
Yeah, Wizard did it.
I don't think there should be any question, since that is how you are aging.
Yeah, I think really that's the solution.
I think that's the end of the whole thing. Other than I mean, if we want to get nitpicky, there were some other things there.
Yeah, there is the question if you naturally age to an adult form, would we then expect that you must then age naturally unto death?
And if you age naturally to adult form, that doesn't mean you don't age. It sounds more like you age at a different rate.
Or you mature, but you don't age, meaning you don't decline from your peak form for your species.
It's true. It's true. I mean, there's a lot of details here we would need about the specifics of this vampirism.
We could always say that your long, extended, or maybe eternal life as a vampire is due to the ability to rapidly heal your cells as they degenerate. Where if you're being rapidly aged by a wizard, maybe you can't keep up with it.
Yep, could be. I think. Do you have any comments, Stefano?
I feel like the whole point of a vampire is that they don't die of old age. And I don't know that there's any way around that.
Unless
a
magic.
wizard literally did it.
I've watched 3 episodes of What We Do in the Shadows.
And as an authority on this,
feel myself to be an internet expert on vampirism.
You know what I think happened? I think where they messed up is in the backstory.
I just want to read something real quick.
I just want to read. That's how it always starts. He always just wants to read from your phone.
Give me your phone.
And the guy from the IT crowd is in What We Do in the Shadows, and he's a vampire.
Yeah.
And so I rest my case.
Okay. Now I think the mistake that the guy made is that he said that he aged at all after being vampirized in utero. It would be way cooler if his character were a fetus. A vampire. Like Stewie from Family Guy or something. Yeah, just like a fetus vampire. That'd be way cooler. Do that next time. You can fly. It's fine.
That would be.
I've also watched the Twilight films because they are so bad they're hilarious. I haven't read the
Really?
books
Bold new take there.
yeah.
Watch with riff tracks.
Yeah, I know. That's not exactly original. And I think at one point, like, the one wooden actress on that show,
Yeah,
on that movie.
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
I mean, the one.
Yeah. Well, the actor is also
the protagonist.
the actor is also incredibly wooden, but doesn't she like get beat up by her vampire fetus? Doesn't it like hurt her or something?
Are we thinking about Klingons?
I think it gives her the consumption for a bit.
Perhaps. So anyway, the gist of it is I've seen
Breaking
2
your
things.
ribs and something
I've
on the
seen
inside.
2 movies about vampires, and I'm convinced that you wouldn't die of old age. And yes, the vampire fetus is an amazing concept.
Good for him.
Yeah.
All right. Next question, also from Reddit, from r/D&D. I don't know where the first one was from. I know it's from Reddit, but I don't know from where because I messed up in my Google Docs. So the question is, I just bought with my friends this person, I like that syntax. Thank you. I just bought with my friends the starter set. So did he trade his friends for the starter set?
It sounds like it.
I hope so.
That would have been a good idea.
I
He didn't think this one through.
It's only $15. That's kind of overkill. I just bought with my friends the starter set for our first game at D&D, and I'm so excited. Can I ask you some advices from your experience for the starter set?
No.
Now, the starter set is Phandelver,
Okay, yeah, I ran that one.
which you did not play.
That was way back.
I actually played it with my kids a little bit.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never
And I
mind.
made my wife play, and she
Didn't go
was
well.
willing to do it because of
Because
of
of the
our
implication?
family. Yeah, because of the we played it on a old shrimp boat out in the harbor.
Well, how did it go?
We played like 2 or 3 rounds of it. It was fun.
What does that mean, 2 or 3 rounds?
Sessions?
Sessions.
Okay.
Yeah, I should say. Not rounds. Yeah. Yeah.
That was short.
We rolled the dice 3 times, and then we were like, "Screw this," and we set it on fire. No, no, we played like 2 or 3 sessions, but it was more just to sort of introduce the kids to it a little bit. The kids enjoyed it more than she did. My wife is really bad at rolling dice, and like
How?
you would
Like
be
it goes off the table every time, like
you
I
would,
do sometimes?
No, you would literally be amazed. She's like, "I don't like board games." She told me this when we got married. She's like, "I don't like board games." Like,
You're
what
like,
do you mean
"Why?"
you don't like
She's like,
board games?
"I don't
That's
wanna
such
talk
a
about it."
broad statement. That's like I don't like continents or something, right? So she's
Relatable.
like, no, I don't like board games. I'm like, why? She's like, because I'm bad at rolling dice. And I'm like, what? And anyway, she played this game. We played 3 different sessions of the starter set. She probably never rolled above a 5 with a D20.
Oh, that's
It is amazing. Like,
It sounds like a good opportunity to make some money.
yeah, I mean, like, at one point, I was like, you really are the unluckiest person. I wanted to buy some of those cheater dice, the D20s that have like 3 20s on them or whatever, just to see if somehow, even with a cheater D20, she rolled like.
How do you know that's a thing? I didn't know
4.
that was a thing.
That's a thing. They're all over the internet.
You look, I mean, not all over my internet. Did you look for them?
He's on the dark web.
Dark web.
He's on the dark web.
When I was looking for these sweet metal dice that I have,
Where's your D20? I'm counting.
it's actually it's just 20s all across the board.
It is, actually.
Yeah, I know.
pretty amazing.
And somehow I still roll like 6s with it. But no, when I was looking for those, I came across there's all these that are like multiple D20s or multiple
great.
20 D20s. She seriously, like, I want to buy some of those just to see, and she would still roll like a 3. Like, you have like a 1 in 3 chance of rolling a 20, and she'd still be like 3, 4, 2, 1. So, anyway,
Yeah.
that's how it went. My wife was mad.
What about you, Tim? Because you actually ran it. I haven't run it, although I've read through it and stuff.
I mean, I think it was fine as a starter kit and an introduction. It was pretty simple. God, it's been a while, but I mean, I don't. Did they change the kit? Did we buy the kit from store? I thought we did like the beta something release. that
No,
they said.
we played the real thing. It was a box set.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay.
It was free for a while during COVID, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I think they made like half of that module just online, but I think they made it free for a while.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah.
Something like that. They did something.
I mean, it's always been cheap. It's always been like $15, $20.
Like March, April, May of last year, there was a bunch of like free content, and I think the Fandelver stuff was like the
Is
first.
that the one that the other podcast that we don't talk about started with?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know about these other
Okay.
podcasts. As far as I know, we're the only RPG pod.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
My problem with the starter set is that the villains suck.
Yeah, there wasn't like a central really villain that you knew about. I think maybe there was kind of that you meet at the end, but like it wasn't like a proper antagonist.
Yeah,
that
like
dealt with.
you don't care
and
about
forth.
him. He doesn't like meet you and make you angry to want to kill him. So who cares? But yet they still want to have villains. So you're like, oh, and he has a dumb name, like something Glassstaff.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And then there's Drow at the end of it, who are like
was-
the real enemies.
Oh, I thought the drow was Glassstaff.
I don't know. See, that shows you. I don't care. It's just, but the maps are okay and have a decent amount of interactivity. The home base town is pretty okay. But again, they give you bad hooks. Like you're just Caravan Guard, which is like the iconically bad way hook. That's so boring. It means you're not even tied to the specific area. It'd be better if you were like local kids who grew up here and now all this stuff is going wrong in your town. That's a far better setup, But so I would recommend changing it and make the characters be from there and have ties to the various personages and places that are in the module.
It seems to me that the person running it could tweak it in that way, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And to be fair, if you're new, like I'm fairly new at all this, there's a lot of stuff that might be worth playing around with that to an experienced player might be a lot less interesting. But just for the experience of running some stuff, getting your feet wet.
It's an okay thing to start with because it does have like a variety of content. Like it has a larger outdoor area where the druid is and the dragon, and there's people to talk to. And then, so if you let the players be from Phandelver or its environs. You go through the module, then afterward you can jump out and there's a ton of stuff. You can just homebrew it from there, and I think that would be fine. I think that would be pretty good, actually. Next one. I don't mean... Okay, this I'm sure someone suggested this just for me. Okay, the title is, have you ever played a character you hate? I don't mean like I don't want to be a cleric anymore because it's so boring. I mean as in when you step back and look at the character and your actions and their actions and think, wow, this dude is a huge a-hole, but you roleplay them anyway. So first, triggered. Clerics are not boring, and if you think they are, you're wrong.
boring.
No, you. But have you played a character that you disliked as a person?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. When we played Blue Medusa, didn't like any of those guys. They're all pre-gens and they all sucked.
Oh,
yeah, that could be a problem with pre-gens.
No, they weren't pre-gens. No. We had like a generator to use. It was...
Oh, yeah, we use
You
probably
didn't like as a character or like mechanically?
I didn't like as a character because most of them were terrible people.
I don't remember anything.
And they
about
were in
my
like the
character.
psych ward, and it was dark, and you weren't paying.
Yeah, I don't like playing crazy people.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people love that junk.
Sometimes playing
can't stand
pre-gens, I get a character that I just don't really like the character, but I just kind of make them into something that I like. I find an aspect about them I like, and I lean into it.
I've played a character that I would hate in real life, but just like you just said, leaned into it and had a fun time being despicable and annoying to myself.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do, I think.
I think I would hate most of my characters in real life.
I think I would like all my characters in real life.
I don't know how to think about it.
Daniel hates most of the players in real life. So
That's true. That's how I can
And their
become.
characters.
That's how I can become impartial. My love of the game is balanced against my hatred of the players.
I'm actually really
Hate the players, not the game.
Yeah. I'm actually really conflicted about this question because, like, when we did the Dragonlance thing,
Yeah.
which, I'm 2 Terry Brooks novels in, so there's something about things that I hate that I enjoy, but my Tasselhoff Hoopak
Ugh,
character,
don't
whatever
Daniel, you need to go back and bleep that out.
Burfoot Tassel Hoopak or whatever. I hated that character with all of my being, and yet I really enjoyed playing him because, and granted, I also read the first Dragonlance novel, and this character is like Hobbit Balky from Perfect Strangers. Like, there's really nothing redeeming about him. And yet, I regret that I didn't really get to take him on even more fully and really just be insufferably annoying because he's such
inhabit the Kinder.
he's such an awful creation, and I think it would be really fun, not to beat this drum too much, but like if we played like extended amounts of Dragonlance, it would be really fun to like. I mean, it would also be fun to take me out back and just like beat me with a cane to make me stop. But like to really inhabit that character, I think would be fun in an annoying sort of insufferable way.
Well, I hope you guys find a DM.
Well, I can't. I'm sure I played a character like that, but I can't think of one right now.
I've thought about different characters to create, and when I start creating the character, I'm like, I hate this guy, and then I delete it and I start over.
No, I think there's something interesting about playing somebody who you also don't like very much. There's I run a little thing with Can I talk about what I do for a living without going into any detail?
I would not do that.
Okay. So I run a little bit of an online campaign with some people who share my profession, which, is
hitman.
Car thief. But one of the guys has gone like full on chaotic evil, and it's driving everybody else crazy.
They
And
should
I
just kill
think
him.
it
He's
is
always playing.
fascinating.
Yeah, literally just team up and kill him. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I'm waiting for them to do that
Yep.
because he's like, I want to do this. And everybody's like, And I'm like, sure, you can do that, no problem.
Everybody's like, sorry, we thought the plot twist was that you were the baddie.
Yeah.
So we just killed you.
But actually, he's having a really good time, and I'm like, yeah, that would be fun because that guy's awful, and I kind of want to like as soon as I can, I'm gonna kill him. But as the DM, but you know,
All right, next one. I don't know why I have this one.
Did someone send it to you?
I don't know. I don't have the origins on them anymore. Maybe I selected it.
Maybe.
I don't know. Is it Patron? If you selected this one wasn't great. Why did I put it on here? I don't know. Well, we can't hit all the time. Sometimes we miss. Approximately 35% to 45% of the time we miss.
we talking about practice or
Man,
This is for 4E. Why do I have a 4E question in here?
I ain't talking about the game.
I mean, I guess it applies more broadly, but how can I make a fighter a useful and fun to play member of the party?
what?
I am thinking of multiclassing to Ranger, but I don't know if there's a more useful / more fun thing to do. I hate this question so much.
It's
that like
only
this-
mechanics.
Yes, that is literally all
Yeah,
they're thinking
yeah.
about. But for 4E, how can you make your fighter useful? Hit stuff.
Yeah, defend.
Don't
up.
don't let your friends get hit.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
If you're bored with the mechanics of your character, then skin them. Ask your DM if it's okay to skin your mechanics and skin them if you're bored. I mean, if it means that much to you.
Reskin.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, just that question just
talking
kills
about
me.
flaying your character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flay them.
That's right.
The St. Bartholomew option.
It is Lent.
So let's skip this. Okay, we're done talking about that. What?
No, so I'm not to. So again, I'm fairly new, very inexperienced. How is a fighter like not a useful character?
Well, this
even as like cannon fodder, that seems really
Well,
useful.
Exactly. Which, I don't know. In 4E, a lot of the times the scenarios were made difficult and balanced around a specific number of players who were occupying certain tactical roles.
Okay.
So having the right party composition was very important
Okay.
back then. And so I could see that. But fighters were good, though, as far as I remember in 4E.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty balanced.
They were kind of like,
I feel like, gosh, man, I mean, maybe
they were tanks. They just like drew
yeah,
aggro a lot.
I mean, part of it might be mechanically they're thinking, oh, you know, what can I do? But maybe
another
part of it
attack,
is like,
another
oh,
attack.
it just doesn't seem exciting because all I'm doing is swinging a sword.
Yeah.
I hit it with a
Defending.
sword.
I want to do something fancy. You know, I want to shoot 3 arrows as a ranger.
Yeah.
With this thing, or I want to shoot magic. You
Or
know.
even with magic, it's like, okay, I can use this AoE effect that chokes people or that drives spikes into the... You could think of mechanical or strategic reasons to do different spells and stuff. In the fighters, you don't get to do most of that stuff. But, you know, there's... Take the path that lets you control the battlefield. And
There you go. Yeah, the 4E fighter is best when he just like makes mobs attack him.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed. So it's not very flashy. Like the Ranger is crazy. Like it can do a lot of really fun stuff in 4E. But anyway,
Sort of like the monk in 5e is like cheating.
I don't know. Is it?
It's kind of cheating.
it's pretty rogue.
I can move 500 feet
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
like
nice.
attack 7 times at level 1 because I have all of these monk characteristics, and yeah, it's cheating.
All right. Next question. What class should be in my first game? Wait. What class should I be? I think in my first game. I think either
Working class.
And now, yes, that's the Orthodox Leninist option.
Please don't edit
And
that out.
No, I'm not.
That's my finest
We don't edit
moment.
out references to Marxism, Leninism.
It's history. It's philosophy.
What? So if we have used these questions before on a Dear Gary, I apologize.
I don't recognize any of them so far.
We're really
No, I
old.
don't.
We're so ancient. The dementia's already set in. It's too late now. What class should be in my first? What class should I be in my first game? I think either a fighter or a sorcerer. But what are some other good ones?
I mean, I guess it depends on the which edition you're playing, but
I think
by
this
default, it's almost always going to be cleric.
What?
I love.
That's the most complicated class.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's complicated.
I guess
but-
in 5e it doesn't feel that complicated.
so.
this
This
was
is,
yeah. This is 3. it's either 3.5 or 5e, which is basically the same as far as.
But
I thought that like wizards were way more complicated than
No, because
clerics.
clerics have way more spells to choose from, and you have to choose which ones you want to prepare each day. Whereas a wizard will have just a few spells in the spell book.
yeah, wizards like you have the spell book and you just say, okay, I want this one, this one, this one.
And
That's
clerics,
it, and that's what you can do.
clerics have something they know all the time, can always cast. They have something they have to prepare from this big list, and then they can have the weird stuff like turning undead, channel divinity. So they have all these like exception to the rules powers. Plus, they have to fight.
I don't know. I'm just very partial to clerics.
Well, you're preaching to the choir, brother.
Clerics and druids are my favorites.
But like worst case scenario, like cleric or paladin, like worst case scenario, you could just run around and heal people all day long,
Yeah,
right?
But
I mean, without any sort of
for your first game, you should be a fighter. Duh.
yeah.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, if you're
obviously.
thinking mechanically, like class,
Just learn how it works,
be
bro.
a fighter. But at the same time, I mean, maybe don't think about it like that. Go to the next level and say, what seems the most fun
Yes,
to you?
if you that is the actual answer because
Don't worry about how complicated it is.
Yeah.
What is
That's
interesting
the answer to
you,
all these questions.
do that thing so that you'll be more invested in it.
Yep. Because if you always just want to be a wizard, oh, you like wizards, you should just be a wizard.
I mean,
and
that's
get
Jim.
pe-
Jim
Get people to help
pretty
you.
much always a wizard.
Yep, always a wizard. And
Most interesting thing to him. That's
it'll
what
be
he does.
more fun for you if you do that.
The first time I ever played, I played Pathfinder, and the guys I played with,
Wrong.
well, whatever. I mean, whatever.
We don't have our meme master here, so we have no sound effects
I
to
know.
play.
LeBron James. The first time I played Pathfinder, and the guys were like, "You got to be a fighter because that's the simplest." But when I've played, I think the sort of rogue or paladin are the things that I enjoy the most, and so
Paladin's one of my top.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it relates to my career as a car thief.
Yes.
I like the idea of sort of I can crack your head, but I can also heal you, but I can also
You mean
Hug
steal
you.
your car?
steal your car, heal your car,
Fix your car.
perhaps. I'm a mechanic. I'm oh crap! I was gonna make the whole like NHTSA certified, but I couldn't
Just don't
remember
worry
it.
about it.
Yeah. But like it relates to sort of the things that I'm interested in, philosophy, theology, whatever. And so like the whole paladin thing is really interesting to me, and the whole rogue thing because
Basically
You're a car
the
thief
same
and you're like,
thing.
well, no, the
Paladins
rogue,
and rogues.
I think the rogue thing is like the role playing piece of like obviously I'm not especially dexterous.
I don't know. You look like you can cut a rug.
I'm 90 pounds soaking wet. So I don't know. I think there's interest for me in like these things that appeal to me that have nothing to do with how easy or how hard those characters are to play.
Yeah.
They're more like they're fascinating to me. So
Yeah.
this is the thing I'm going to be.
Yeah,
Use
when
your
I play-
imagination.
When
It's a
I play,
game of
I typically only
imagination.
want to do like martial types or clerics, paladins. But
When I play, I like to like to think of an idea of a character and then just build the mechanics to fit the character that I thought about.
Yep. Yep.
It's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
hey, what kind of character? This character I want to play. What class fits the ideals that I have in my head for this character? And then I make the class. I build the class according to the character.
Yeah, even in video games, I never play magic users.
Yeah, I don't know. I never did until I started playing Skyrim, and then in that game, I started doing magic stuff.
You know what?
Have fun.
I'm like a caveman. When I play a video game, I don't want to think about like learning a magic system. I was like, I know how to swing the sword with the two buttons, and that's
Yeah.
really all I want to
Yeah.
deal with.
Well, in Skyrim, like 5 or 6 levels in, being a mage is like this game was hard, and now it's not even challenging.
Well,
Yeah.
see, if you
I'm just smoking
walk around
everybody.
and you cast what's that muffle or whatever, where you silence
Yeah.
your footsteps. You just cast that every time your mana gets up high enough to cast it, and level your illusion up to 100 really fast. Then you could just like sneak everywhere
It's
and
like on
turn
D-
invisible and
It's like on Demon Souls. If you use magic, it's like easy mode, which
Yeah.
I still need to do that. I
did it.
I need to do my platinum run. Unfortunately, on Demon Souls, you have to go to New Game Plus to get the platinum, and New Game Plus in Demon Souls is so hard. Like, you get one shot all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it's like way different than the other games, and I don't know if I have the patience for it. We'll see. All right, this one's going to be long. It's from r/gaming. The last one was from r/D&D. D&D, help with a toxic player. You love these.
Oh,
These are always
yeah.
good ones. All right. Talk to Uncle Gary. Hello. I am playing through a D&D campaign, The Curse of Strahd 5e, with my girlfriend, coworkers, and friends.
Well, that's what you need.
Yep,
wrong.
there's a problem.
I think we did this before.
This
We've
one
probably done
sounds
one like
familiar.
it. If it's not this
Maybe
one.
not.
Keep going. Let's see.
Okay,
we'll see.
never mind. Continue.
We have done several of toxic.
There are
players.
many things. I have a toxic player. My girlfriend's in the game. My coworkers are in the game. My friends are in the game. Yeah.
My wife, my wife's boyfriend.
My wife. Lately, I have been having a hard time keeping my cool with a fellow player I wouldn't call a friend, at least not after I discovered he makes derogatory remarks about my girlfriend behind my back.
He's right.
Oh. The
Sorry.
fun doesn't stop there, as he frequently disrupts the party and loudly throws fits when he doesn't get his way. He disrespects me to my face. It sounds like this guy just needs, I can't say, what
Can't
he
say
needs
that.
to do because of certain
Deadlifts.
federal regulations.
Laws.
Doesn't stop there, as he frequently disrupts the party. And he disrespects me to my face when he says he hopes I die.
What?
This is the DM.
The DM is writing this.
Okay,
and
yeah,
his
so-
player is saying that he hopes the DM dies.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not saying I hope your character dies.
Oh, no. Okay, no, he must mean the player. The bad player hopes that
His character dies?
the OP's character dies,
Okay.
and laughs whenever I fail a saving throw.
Okay.
He has gone through 4 character sheets, as he doesn't read up on classes or collaborate with the rest of the group. This guy sounds like a total Chad, honestly. On one occasion, he is just mogging the entire D&D group. It's just his own dirt.
Playing his dumb game. Oh, roll my dice.
Oh no, I died. What am I gonna do? I guess I'll just make another character. This guy is awesome. Okay. Here's what you need to do, OP. You just need to sit at his feet and learn from him. No, okay. Let me continue. On one occasion, he has fled from a boss battle. Relatable.
Run away.
Yeah.
Leaving all of us to die to save himself and an irrelevant NPC that he believes he has claim over and didn't even remember doing it. When we reconvene next, this guy is amazing. Normally, I would confront someone like this respectfully and ask them to leave. However, I can't do this because of 2 reasons.
Is
Okay, here we go.
my girlfriend's other boyfriend.
He is my girlfriend's boyfriend. He is the DM's cousin, and he is on the autism spectrum. Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, we have had this one. Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah.
I think
This
we
is,
have.
this is great though. I love this.
Well, it's just remembering an old favorite.
Yeah.
Everyone at one time or more, including the DM here, have felt uncomfortable from his behavior. I don't know what to do. Help. Okay, well, I think you know what to do. Just become like him. He's truly an elite player.
Makes me think of that. Be aggressive.
Yes.
Aggressive.
What's that guy's name? Well, whatever. If you just look up "Be Aggressive" D&D, you'll find the thing we're talking about. It is so funny.
It is great.
But no joke, like, of course, the disclaimer, like, you should be nice to people, okay, disclaimer out of the way. But having that attitude where you will just do epic things and not worry about it. You don't even remember it the next time because it's just normal to you. It's every day, bro.
Yeah.
You're going out saving irrelevant NPCs just because it seems like the fun thing to do at the time. You're living life. You're
Yeah.
YOLOing.
No NPC is irrelevant.
That's right. Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, being the DM's cousin, I said?
Yeah, DM's
The
cousin.
DM's cousin and is on the autism scale. I mean, I personally can't speak for everybody. I personally wouldn't find that. I mean, obviously, you got to judge every scenario based on the relationships involved and everybody there. But in general, if I was in the same situation and the DM is a friend or you're close enough, I would say, hey, your cousin's being a jerk and it's ruining the game for everybody. I mean, I understand
Yep.
he has conditions, but like either this is going to ruin it for everybody and no one's going to have fun and play, or you can just be left with him and he can. Play by
Yeah.
himself.
Also,
So-
this guy is a total wimp. The OP is. He just needs. If the guy's making remarks about your girlfriend, you just need to deal
Yeah,
with
you
that.
don't let that
personally.
slide.
So you
mean-
either you need to deal with it or just leave.
I still think you can have a conversation with somebody who's on the spectrum. I mean, I've played with people who are on the spectrum, and if I had an issue, I would talk to
I've
them.
known
I mean,
multiple
like,
autistic people, and
Yeah.
obviously they're not all the same.
No.
but they have high functioning.
Yeah, I would have no
whatever,
problem
but
pulling aside, like, "Hey, man, I'm having an issue with this, and we could have a conversation about it."
This is about social
I guess
cohesion.
it is a sliding scale too. So
Yeah. But yeah, don't be a weirdo. Have some respect for yourself. There you go. That's how to solve these problems.
And don't forget to lift heavy things
lift heavy things.
and eat meat.
Do it. All right, that's been our Dear Gary. That is our entire catalog. We have no Dear Garys in the hopper anymore. We've gone through all of them, and we may have just repeated that last one. So
it was eerily familiar.
that's the thing, though. A lot of these stories are going to be familiar. So who knows? Listener, if we repeated that, I hope we had a better take this time. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But next time, if you want some more Dear Garys, send them in. You can actually email. I think we had one person email us at our website, which you can do. Did you know that? You can email us from our website.
Yeah, I guess technically that is the thing.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, that's an old school, but it's tried
Very
and
old
true.
school. Yes. So
It
did you know
works.
what is our did you know recast? Did you know recast.com, and there's an email page on there where did you know recast at Gmail, also on Twitter, did you know recast, patreon.com/did you know re. All of these methods of address will be successful. We will take down
What's our OnlyFans address?
just did you know re.
Okay.
Yeah. That we're an audio only podcast. We don't have videos. The videos are for the OF account. So you'll have to sign up over there to get the live content. We do have the vacation coming up. That's going to be an interesting time.
Yeah,
for-
it's another mancation that will be. I can't remember what the last one we did.
It was a
Several-
long time ago.
was
It was several years ago.
Probably 5 years.
I don't.
or
We were
more.
not doing the podcast.
No,
then.
no. Yeah, it was before the podcast.
Yes, before I started playing.
Yep.
Before the first. Yeah, we had several mancations.
Unless you
that we
count-
would do.
Dragon Con as a mancation.
No.
I mean, it technically is.
I mean, okay, technically, but it's not. Different category.
Yeah. Dragon Con is apparently on this year. Are we going to go? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we'll just do this vacation and get content out of that. To the listener, it is all the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
And if you have any ideas for maybe some kind of episode you'd like to hear us, something we could do special on this mancation, we already have at least one idea that's
Oh, yes.
very different from anything we've done before.
Oh yes, it is not game related, although it is gamer related.
Yes.
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 So if you have any
Yes.
ideas what you think we could do, just
We will
throw it.
never sleep.
Literally, we don't care what it is. It doesn't have to even be game related. Just throw it our way. If we'll put it in the box.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it's something that we could do.
If all of our names were Daniel,
'Cause
it
we're-
would be a Dancation.
Oh, there you go.
Because we're talking
gosh.
about like
Great.
maybe a
Thank you.
3-day long weekend at a
We'll do a stand-up comedy
lake house, kind of
in an undisclosed
an
location,
undisclosed location. Just us doing the thing.
playing games.
Yep.
All right. So next episode is probably going to be the continuation of Thulian Echoes.
Yes.
I expect 1 to 2 more sessions of that, and then we'll be back to homebrew content, standard D&D, actual D&D, and I think we're all looking forward to that.
Will we be close to CCQ yet?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. All right.
Like I could just run CCQ like literally right now if I just said, "Oh, we're going to use 5e, we're going to use BX, we're going to use whatever," because I have enough content for you guys to go through.
Excellent.
So that's not an issue.
Excellent.
Yep, not an issue at all. All right, this has been Gigi No Re. Enjoy yourselves.